Alright, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. And as part of the Rankin Technical College AWD, or Application and Website Development Program, and in particular the AWD 1111 .NET Framework with Web Databases class, I am creating a series of video presentations for the textbook that will be used for this class for the fall 2019 semester. The textbook is shown on the screen right now. It is Pro ASP.NET MVC 5 in A-Press text by Adam Freeman. I am in Chapter 7 where we're starting to work on the Sport Store project. Now, in our text, the authors want us to install the tool packages. Good, bad, or indifferent, because I want to see how it works. I am not going to include any Ninject or Mock. So I'm only going to include these two. All right. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come into the project. We've already done this, so I think I can close this. All right. And now I want to right mouse click on the name of my solution. Nope. Let's go to Tools, NuGet Package Manager, Package Manager Console. All right, and I'm going to try to install both of these. Okay. So as far as I can tell, there's nothing red, which is always a great sign. So I put this in, again, right from the book. And what I did, don't worry about these are warnings anyway, but hopefully they'll flush their way out as we get going. But we have installed the ASP.NET MVC packages, and so that they are familiar to the other two projects, not our web UI, but the other stuff. So our domain and our unit tests. Okay. Now the author says here there are many NuGet commands to enter because I'm being selective about which packages, etc. I'm not putting any of this stuff in again. So anything that's going to rely on that, I will not be doing. Now, if it turns out this does not work, and it's the reason I'm doing it this way, if it turns out this does not work, then when we do this in the actual classroom, we will add those packages. All right? Okay, adding references between projects. I need to set up dependencies between projects and to some of the Microsoft assemblies. Right-click each project in the Solution Explorer, select Add Reference, and add the references shown in the table. So for our domain, it'll need data annotations. So I'm going to do them in turn as they have them here. Right mouse click on domain, add reference, and from the list right here, okay, system.component.data annotations. That's interesting. Alright, it's telling me that it's not finding anything. Of course, that's not good news. So maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Let's double check. Right-click each project, choose Add References. In the and add the references shown in Table 7.2 from Assemblies, Framework, Assemblies, Extension, or Solution. So, Assemblies, Framework, Assemblies, Well, let's try this. Let's open this. Okay, we've got dependencies in class 1, EL. Well, this is the right way to do it. It's not projects, because that would add the other projects in. I wonder if I can try something. I have no idea if this is going to work. Let's go back. How about the other ones? The web UI has got a dependency on sports score domain. Well, as you can see, I should have prepared better for this than I did. So select Add Reference, add the references from Table 2. From the Assemblies Framework, Assemblies Extensions, or Assemblies Framework, Assemblies Solution. Well, this is back before 2019, so it looked different. All right. Well, try that again. The web UI, I'm supposed to choose domain, so I've got that one done. Well, there's one. All right, unit tests, I believe, is supposed to have both. So let's see if we can get that. Add reference. We want the domain and we want the web UI, I believe. There's the domain and there's the web UI. All right. That's okay. All right, I'm looking here under Assemblies for the unit tests and system.web and Microsoft.C#. So I want system.web. There that is. And Microsoft.C#. That's there. Click OK. All right, now I've included those. So when we look at what we've got here, this is done. This is done. I've got to be able to go over to the domain and select system.componentModel.data annotations. I'm wondering, it says loading references, but there's nothing coming up. So the only thing that I have missing right now in my sports score domain, close this, cancel out of here. That's the unit test, that one's done, and the UI is also done. Now I'm wondering if I go into the UI and I look at the references, and I right mouse click on here and I choose add reference, what I'm looking for, not in the right place, I know, but what I'm looking for is system.componentModel.data annotations. It's right there. See, I'm trying to be able to put that in there, and again, when I go to projects, it shows me that. When I go to assemblies, it says that now it's saying there's no framework assemblies found. We're going to have to try to add that one, I believe, later. All right, I don't want to waste any more of my time or your time as we're looking through this. So I was not able to do the one in blue. The other ones are all done. All right, take time to set up these relationships properly. If you do not have the right libraries, you'll get into trouble when you try to build a project. Well, you're going to see that possibly. All right, setting up the DI container. Again, I'm skipping stuff in here with DI. Maybe this is a bad move, but I don't know. All right. If you start running the application from debug, you'll get an error message. I believe that will be true, because in here, under views, we only have the web.config. So I'm going to do a file, save all. I'm going to close my unit test. I'm going to close my domain, and I'm going to tell it to run the project. Again, my guess is this will fail. right? Same error, 404, and basically it's looking for an index file and it can't find it. So that's correct. Starting the domain model. Again, somewhere in here, sooner or later, I'm going to run into a possible problem with that data annotation. My hope is that it'll be later and not sooner. All right, all MVC, check my time here. Oh, I'm at 15 minutes. Okay, let's stop right now and we'll go to the starting the domain model in the next lesson.